Hello, hello, hello. So we are back on our wonderful journey with Python for everybody. Potentially in 2 weeks we're gonna be in a different location. This takes up a lot of headspace in my mind. The moving, making sure it's gonna be the right flat. Probably it's not gonna be the right flat. It's just gonna be half something that's available. But yeah, difficult times. But this is something which is part of the test, that because even if under these circumstances you can keep your focus and keep continuing, it means everything is possible. So with this attitude we're gonna continue today, and let's recap the week, right? Where were we actually? So and now I actually remember that the last week, Sunday was it maybe, so that was my big discovery. Was, if we scroll back into my notes, was this little guy here. This one, right? Like, because as I was reading and line and comparing and checking the manual and everything, it made a lot of sense to me. Like, I was able to connect the lines. However, since there was no practice involved with these topics, this is something, I'm gonna have to repeat and everything. But I remember clearly that the first time we imported something, which was the string module, and yeah, how to remove punctuation and everything. So this is crazy. This was a crazy big discovery, I remember. And we must treasure these feelings. Like, we should treasure these feelings, because this is what makes it actually a viable operation. If you can find these moments when you're like, wow, amazed, and so on. But then the week continued, and I was of course doing the dictionary exercises and categorizes. I believe these exercises were really just like a little alteration, but on the same topic. So, but I remember that, doing by myself. If not, lines dot start with from, and that was kind of like naturally I figured this out. Did I even put a date? This is why I should put a date. When was this? 22nd. Add a program to figure out who has the most messages. So I remember this is where where my friend Benny helped, because wait, no, this was not the one yet. The next one will be the one. Yes. Yeah, let's think about this. Let's read this. Add a code to the above program to figure out who has the most messages in a file. After all the data has been read and the dictionary has been created, look through the dictionary using maximum loop to find out who has the most messages and print how many messages the person has. Da 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 da. Yeah. I mean, yes, of course, he helped in this as well, because we were talking about, like, okay, I had the number. So this is something I figured out from the book and my notes, because I knew, yeah, this was very strange, really, the order. Because, so basically, if male not in counts, which is the male is gonna be the key, right? Then basically the order is a bit, like, in terms of the syntax, it's different, because value male equals 1. If it's there, it's equals 1. If not, then plus 1. Oh my god. Are you gonna learn some Python as well? Do you have anything to say? So much for... I will take him to doctor again in March. Next month he will be put to sleep, but not permanently. He will be have some surgery, and he will be shaved again, which is something we desperately need. It's something we need yearly, because this is out of control. And especially if I will move, I don't want to, at least keep it fur free as long as possible. Yeah, this was the guardian pattern. I mean, we get the idea, but this guardian pattern only works because we know the conditions of the file. We adjust the guardian pattern according to the file. But I guess that makes sense, right? Because this is what the book said, that if you have a bug, if you have a problem, have the debug print, so we will know exactly where it will fail. So then you can adjust the guardian pattern accordingly. So this is something we know, right? How to use the guardian pattern. But yeah, so then here I basically get to the point where, okay, we have the highest number, but how I'm gonna even print the name next to it, like here, right? And that was crazy, because I remember sitting, I was like, how should I do this? I knew that we should use lists, because we looked back and we know that maybe lists will be the solution, and indeed it is. So you get, let's say, the values, you get the keys, dot keys, and it makes even perfect sense, because dot keys, can I open this file? That was exercise 4. Huh. A set-like object providing a view on dictionary's keys, right? So, perfectly reasonable. This cat is purring like crazy. Anyway, what we're gonna do now? Yes, so you create a list which will get all the keys from the dictionary, and then we created this loop which was actually telling us look through using a maximum loop, which we use the maximum loop, and then basically yeah. We got the largest one. We got the 5 from here. And then for a male in list. Yeah, when I figured this out, when I wrote this down, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But it's kind of hard to relive the same and to let's check it. Let's look at this with the debug tool, because it will make more sense. And actually, I didn't practice the 10 finger, even though I said in the previous that I should at least every day 30 minutes, because it would work. It would definitely, I would make me more confident, but it didn't happen. Of course it didn't happen. Okay, so where are we? With this, we created a list, right? And the list, as it says, keys, it only has the keys. It's not gonna take the values, right? We have a list of the keys from the dictionary, right? And when we say for key in counts, right? We get looking only for the keys. But of course I could name it anything. And if largest is none, so we need this first statement. If largest is none, and it's true, or counts key largest is bigger than largest, then largest becomes counts key, right? So let's see, largest already became 2, because it's gonna look of the value of this. See, that was, I really figured this out, because that's why I was so confused, because key value pairs, but the order as it's checking key value, it's reversed. So we're gonna go and check, and it's actually checking, so very happy, we are cool. We have the 5. And now for male in list, right? And we created a new iteration variable, which is the male. And the male is still just gonna look for the, yeah. So the male is still only looks for the key. And then we're gonna, at the end, we're gonna compare it. If the largest equals counts male, but it means that if the largest, the number 5, is it equals with the number, with the value, yeah, wow, absolutely crazy. I still understand why. Because is it equals, but it only checks for the 5. If it's true, then print male, which is gonna be the email, and then the count, the according count. It's crazy, absolutely crazy that this is working. Absolutely crazy. What if I only print this guy? Yeah, then it's only gonna print the value. And then here, what was the next one? Records the domain name instead of the address. And this was also something which I did during work, like, I mean, during my lunch break. But I needed the help from Benny, because I never used split before with some argument. Should I call this argument or parameter? I think the definitions take, or wait, the functions take a parameter, but this is an argument. Anyway, so that if you split from here, it's gonna actually remove the at, and it's gonna give you the results. But here, when we started here, it was giving me unwanted results. But then, okay, let's stop, let's take a look, let's go back, and then here it was actually working. I just applied it to my previous code, and I was able to get the results. Yeah, and now we are here, and then, yeah, during work I was thinking about, like, yeah, I have all of this, and some makes sense, right? But we are really not comfortable with the knowledge so far. So does it make sense? Because honestly, I would move forward, let's just go through the book, and then when it's over, when everything, let's just try to do the exercises as much as we can, which they give us. And then when the book is over, then we can really go back to the beginning, because I found a website, this interactive Python. But when I took a look at it, I was like, no way, I actually don't want to do it right now. Like, I would rather just continue. because we are doing well in terms of progressing in the book. Like, we can at least say something about the code and we can actually solve issues. It's just I don't feel it's enough, right? I don't feel it's enough, the exercises. And then with tuples, and then we're gonna have regular operators, or regular expressions, or what's the name of it? I don't know. I think it would be nice to at least take a look. Let's take a look at this. I think we can, instead of moving to tuples, let's check that let's check that website which I bookmarked, and extra practice. Pandas. Little pandas. Yeah, regarding flat situation, I'm gonna play, yeah, a lot more, 70% more, no? No, actually close, almost double, if everything is true. Yeah, I'm thinking about moving to a flat which is close to the office, but very expensive. But if I don't, I'm actually thinking about, if I'm close to the office, I'm more likely to go, right? Keep going to the office, and I don't use that much electricity, let's say. I don't know. We're just gonna have to do it. I don't wanna like think about this anymore. Let's move, and what is like most accessible, less headache, things like this. Excuse me. Where is it? I thought I not working. Yeah, I think let's just take this as a sign that it's okay. We have resources and we definitely should use them. But for now, this is going somewhere. So let's just continue with more information, and it's okay. Don't be discouraged if you don't understand or if it feels too much, because it should be. And it's chapter 10, actually chapter 10. So I did read a bit about it already and made some notes, but let me just read it through and then continue with the comparing part. So tuples are immutable. A tuple or tuple is a sequence of values much like a list. The values stored in a tuple can be any type, and they are indexed by integers. The important difference is that tuples are immutable. Tuples are also comparable and hashable, so we can sort lists and lists of them and use tuples as key values in Python dictionaries. So if dictionaries were confusing for you now, wait, there's more. Syntactically, a tuple is a comma-separated list of values. Although it is not necessary, it is common to enclose tuples in parentheses to help us quickly identify tuples when we look at Python code. To create a tuple with a single element, you have to include the final comma, as you can see here. Without the comma, Python treats A as an expression with a string in parentheses that evaluates to a string. Another way to construct a tuple is a built-in function tuple with no argument. It creates an empty tuple. Fun fact, the word tuple comes from the names given the sequences of numbers of varying lengths. Single, double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, sextuple, septuple. If the argument is a sequence, the result of the call to tuple is a tuple with elements of the sequence. Because tuple is the name of the constructor, you should avoid using it as a variable name. Most list operators also work on tuples. The bracket operator indexes an element, and the slice operator selects a range of elements. Nagyon alszik a cica. But if you try to modify one of the elements of the tuple, you get an error. You can't modify elements of a tuple, but you can replace one tuple with another. Which means that T equals so basically you can modify it. Okay, we are already at comparing tuples, perfect. The comparison operators work with tuples and other sequences. Python starts by comparing the first element from each sequence. If they are equal, it goes on to the next element and so on until it finds elements that differ. Subsequent elements are not considered, even if they are really big. EA Sports. Okay. The sort function works the same way. It sorts primarily by the first element, but in the case of a tie, it sorts by second element and so on. This feature lends itself to a pattern called DSU for decorate, a sequence by building a list of tuples with one or more sort keys preceding the elements from the sequence. Sort the list of tuples using the Python built-in sort, and underdecorate by extracting the sorted elements of the sequence. For example, suppose you have a list of words and you want to sort them from longest to shortest. Earth equals for the word in words, T append, len word words. T so reverse. Okay. The first loop builds a list of tuples where each tuple is a word preceded by its length. First loop, which means this is the first loop, right? Builds a list. Very interesting. So let's do this first exercise. Or I don't understand what do you mean by list of tuples, because tuples, like we don't have anything list of tuples with one or more sort keys. I have to go to the post office today. Focus, 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 focus. Tuple is a sequence of values, much like a list. The values stored in a tuple can be any type, and they are indexed by integers. They cannot be. Syntactically, a tuple is a comma-separated list of values. Although it's not necessary, it is common to include tuples in parentheses. So yes, to create a tuple with a single element, you have to include. Okay, but I don't understand. List of tuples. I don't see why this is a tuple so far. who I found very good music for this, by the way. So I think I'm gonna start playing that. I found very nice album specifically for this. Okay. It's fun. Not under decorate, undecorate, undercourt, undecorate. I have no idea what is this word. Undecorate, Decorate a sequence by building a list of tuples with one or more sort keys preceding the elements from the sequence. Sort the list of tuples using the Python built-in sort and undecorate by extracting the sorted element of the sequence. Having no decoration, not... Yeah, this is gonna be one of those hard sessions as well, okay? This is gonna be a torture, because 6 hours of sleep, no focus at all. It's not working. But we're gonna still push through, because we know that if we push through now, then later it's gonna be much easier. Yeah, I understand actually. I understand what am I afraid of, because I mean, I can of course continue and do the exercises and everything and finish. I can 100% believe I can finish this book. There is no question about that. But I know that after, when it's done, when it's really over, and then okay, now, then when it actually begins, when you really have to like do things, create things. But it would be nice, honestly. I can see myself doing this. But soft what light in yonder window breaks. Cannot write this word for the apparently. I have no idea. Apparently. What is the highlight here? I want to highlight this. Okay. So it's okay. We raise the question here, but still it's not gonna stop us from continuing, right? We raise the question, like, why is it suddenly it's a tuple? Because we treat them as tuple. The first loop builds a list of tuples where each tuple is a word preceded by its length. sort compares the first element, length, first, and only considers the second element to break ties. The keyword argument reverse equals true tells sort to go in decreasing order. The second loop traverses the list of tuples and builds a list of words in descending order length. The fourth, I guess that's the point. You treat them like the way you create this program, you start to treat the list as a tuples, right? List of tuples, right? I guess. The second loop traverses the list of tuples and builds a list of words in descending order of length. The 4-character words are sorted in a reverse alphabetical order, so what appears before soft in the following list. So what appears before soft in the following list? The output of the program as follows. Compares the first element, length, first, and only considers the second element. Yeah, first. Baba macska. Yeah, okay. So it's not, okay, I get it. The second loop traverses the list of tuples and builds a list of words in descending order of length. The 4-character words are sorted in reverse alphabetical order, so what appears before soft in the following list? Sort them from longest to shortest. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just such. Yeah, okay. No, I'm not commenting this. Okay. One of the unique synthetic features of the Python language is the ability to have a tuple on the left side and a sequence on the right side of an assignment statement. This allows you to assign more than one variable at a time to the given sequence. In this example, we have a two-element tuple and assign the first and second elements of the tuple to the variables x and y in a single statement. I'm so sorry. And do I need this space or no? Why did you even print this? Very interesting. Why did you even print this? I didn't even ask you to print it. This is more general than tuple-to-tuple assignment. Both tuples and lists are sequences, so this syntax works with two elements list as well. It's not magic. Python roughly translates the tuple assignment syntax to be the following. Stylistically, when we use a tuple on the left side of the assignment statement, we omit the parentheses.
Tuple on the left side of the assignment statement, we omit the parentheses. Stylistically, when we use a tuple on the left side of the assignment statement, we omit the parentheses, but the following is an equally
Wow, this is very nice sound. It was so shitty like a couple of weeks ago.
valid syntax. M equals have fun x, y equals m x have. Python does not translate the syntax literally. For example, if you try this with a dictionary, it will not work as you might expect. 10.4 Dictionaries and Tuples 123.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm so confused with this. I'm very much confused because I really thought, okay, so if you I create a tuple with, yes, not necessary, but you can add parentheses. All right, create it. Okay, so this makes sense, right? Because this is m is gonna be a tuple, right? And it has two values, or let's say, and now x, yeah, basically I'm gonna say, yeah. Aha, so you have to end with a space. Unten string literal, what? I guess, yeah, okay. My bad. What's going on? I have to clear. A particularly clever application of tuple assignment allows us to swap the values of two variables in a single statement. A underscore B column. Particularly clever application of tuple assignment allows us to swap the values of two variables in a single statement. Because both sides of this statement are tuples, but the left side is a tuple of variables, the right side is a tuple of expressions. Each value on the right side is assigned to its respective variables on the left side. All the expressions on the right side are evaluated before any of the assignments. The number of variables on the left and the number of values on the right must be the same. Too many values to unpack. More generally, the right side can be any kind of sequence, string, list, or tuple. For example, to split an email address into a username and a domain, you could write wow, again, this is exactly what we did before. To split an email address into a username and domain, you could write address the return value from split is a list with two elements. The first element is assigned to uname and the second to domain. Tuple, man, Jesus Christ. So basically we are calling strings tuples. Let me bring a coffee. What a nice song. Who wrote this? Decaf caffeine. Wow, okay, this tastes really nice. Why is it doesn't work? I don't think I'm supposed to do this now. Anyway. How can I do this little thing here? I think I can do it. Yeah, see? Both sides of this statement are tuples, but the left side of tuple of variables. The right side is a tuple of expressions. Each value on the right side is assigned to its respective variable on the left side. All the expressions on the right side are evaluated before any of the assignments. The number of variables on the left and number of must be the same. So what's your problem here? Can you word wrap? Where is the word wrap here, please? Can you wrap it, or what's going on? Oh no. Oh shit. Okay. So that's not gonna happen. Dictionaries have a method called items that returns a list of tuples where each tuple is a key value pair. D equals da 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 da. As you should expect from a dictionary, the items are in non-alphabetical order. However, since the list of tuples is a list, and tuples are comparable, you can now sort the list of tuples. Converting a dictionary into a list of tuples is a way for us to output the contents of a dictionary sorted by key. The new list is sorted in ascending alphabetical order by key value. Multiple assignment with dictionaries. Combining items, tuple assignment, and 4, you can see a nice code pattern for traversing the keys and values of a dictionary in a single loop. For key, val in the items, print val, okay. This loop has two iteration variables because items returns a list of tuples and key val is a tuple assignment that successively iterates through each of the key value pairs in the dictionary. For each iteration through the loop, both key and val are advanced to the next key value pair in the dictionary, still in hash order. The output of this loop is da 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 da. Again, it is in hash order. If we combine these two techniques, we can print out the contents of a dictionary sorted by the values stored in each key value pair. To do this, we first make a list of tuples where each tuple, okay, thank you, I didn't really care about this right now, where each tuple is, you care. The items method would give us a list of key value tuples, but this time we want to sort by value and not key. Once we have constructed the list with the value key tuples, it is a simple matter to sort the list in reverse order and print out the new sorted list. By carefully constructing the list of tuples to have the value as the first element of each tuple, we can sort the list of tuples and get our dictionary contents sorted by value. Madness. Madness. Man, adulthood sucks so bad, literally. It's the shittiest. I wouldn't recommend to anybody this. It sucks. Can you not do this with me? Okay, I have patience. Okay, that's it. I think that's all. Thank you. So see much better. That's all I wanted. Okay, great. B1, A10, C22. B1, A10, C22, A10. Okay, great. I mean, it makes sense. This loop has two iteration variables because items returns a list of tuples and key val is a tuple assignment that successively iterates through each of the key value pairs in the dictionary. For each iteration through the loop, both key and val advance to the next key value pair in the dictionary still in hash order. The output of this loop is If we combine these two techniques, we can print out the contents of a dictionary sorted by the values stored in each key value pair. To do this, we first make a list of tuples, where each tuple is value key. The items method would give us a list of key value tuples, but this time we want to sort by value, not key. Once we have constructed the list with the value key tuples, it is simply matter to sort the list in reverse order and print out a new sorted list.
Pozor, tísňové hlášení. Všem tam přítomným. Požární poplach. Všem tam přítomným.
Attention, please. This is an emergency announcement. This is a fire alarm. This is a fire alarm.
Opustíme okamžitě budovu po vyznačených průnikových cestách a chráněných schodištích. Nezneužívejte výpravy. Zachovejte klid a rozvahu. Chovejte se ohleduplně.
Leave the building immediately. Follow
I'm not leaving.
emergency exits.
I'm staying with my
Use
Python.
staircases. Do not use lifts. Stay calm and be considerate.
Let's go. Let's go. We can continue in the afternoon, okay? Because I have so many things to do now. So, and it's in my mind. So let's end here for now. And I think after 3 o'clock, definitely we will do another round. I have just enough time to cook, clean and shit. So, you know, adult stuff, adult shit. So, see you guys in 2 hours, I guess. And by guys, I mean